So in today's video, I want to take you behind the scenes. Okay, I've been able to go from a complete startup, no money, no rich family members handing down some capital to me to get started, completely bootstrap my business, and now we've generated well over $20 million in online sales. And I want to share with you how that happened, how we've progressed, when I moved out from mum and dad's house, and then where we went from there. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first main stop on my entrepreneurial journey is still living in my mum and dad's house. I've just turned 18 and I'm desperately trying to grow this business. I learnt about the internet and I learnt about digital products, and I saw a huge opportunity there, and it was a massive learning curve to even get my foot in the door, but I was determined to make it happen. I didn't go out on nights out. I didn't really have too many friends at that time of my life because I just had my head down trying to figure out how to start this business. And I remember I got to a point where I had learnt a ton and I was figuring out traffic generation and social media and sales funnels and trying to make sense of all of this stuff. Wasn't making any sales yet, but there was something drawing me, because I'm here in England. I was living in Ashford with my parents. There was something drawing me to Canterbury, which was about 20 minutes away. One of the main things was a church there that I really liked, and I was starting to make some friends while I was still growing this business. And a friend of mine in Canterbury allowed me, when I wanted to stay overnight at his place. And so I was often crashing on his sofa. And there's a reason I'm telling you this. That was the first place that I made a sale online. I remember I'm sat there on the sofa, I've got my laptop in hand and I'm clicking the keys and I'm still doing all the stuff that I'm doing that hasn't been working, but I'm trying to do it slightly differently. And then ding, a sale came in. And that was one of those moments where I was like, this is working. This is awesome. There is something to this. And one thing led to another. If you can make one sale, you can make two. If you can make two, you can make 10. It's about rinsing and repeating and doing the same thing more times. And that is what happened. So now I went from one sale, which could have just been a complete one-off, to now many sales, starting to get some consistency with these sales, to the point where we kind of moved to the next phase of my journey, which was moving out from my parents' house and going out on my own. That was actually quite a rewarding moment, where I was able to say, I'm earning enough from this internet thing to be able to move out from my parents' house. So I decided I was enjoying Canterbury, where I was living. I had some good friends here now. I had a good church here. And so I decided to find a place for myself, paying my own way, and it felt really good. And then everything started to snowball from there as well. Now I've got my own place. I can double down afresh on this business. Things are going from strength to strength. And it was leading me into another phase of my journey, which was that actually you get to a point where, or at least I found this, that I grow out of my environment, you know? Like you're in an environment, that's where you're working, and you start to find you're becoming less and less productive because you're looking at the same four walls every day. And that certainly happened for me. I was less productive just at the house. It was too easy to flick on the TV. It was too easy to go to the fridge for a snack, take myself out of productivity, too easy to, I was just so distracted. But I was earning a pretty decent amount now from this internet business, which, by the way, in case you're interested, at that point was not selling my own products, it was selling affiliate products. So still in the digital course creation space, but just selling other people's stuff. And so I decided the time was right for me to move into an office building. So still have the place where I'm living, but I want to have somewhere where I can go. That is my place of work. That's where I get everything done, and then I shut that door, I lock up, I can come home and I can switch off and I can detach a little bit. That just felt healthy for me at the time, and in fact turned out to be very healthy. So I found a local serviced office building, rented a room, set it up, made me feel great. You know, just kept feeling like I'm leveling up, which was absolutely awesome. Next phase was, you know, now I'm earning 5 figures a month, 6 figures a year. Became the time to hire a team. I remember I hired my first ever employee. His name was Jason. I'll still be forever grateful for him taking a punt on me, being the first. And just me and Jason sat in this office, just cranking away, growing this business. And then we hired a second person. So now there's 3 of us, and this office isn't big enough. So we moved to a bigger office room in the same serviced building, I ended up actually moving 4 or 5 times within that building. I ended up getting to their biggest room that they had, which was actually 3 rooms interconnected. At this point, we're doing multiple 5 figures a month and multiple 6 figures a year, and everything's just continuing to grow. And side note, before I even tell you more about where we've gone from there, there is something about celebrating a win or a level you're currently at by stretching yourself to the next level, right? Like, I could have continued to pack out that room if I wanted to and have another person and another person and another desk, and we're all a bit squished. But actually, something happens that really inspires you and motivates you when you make a step that indicates you're leveling up. Or further to that, you step into something that is almost a little bit too big and gives you a chance to grow into it. Now you want to fill that space, right? So every time I moved to a bigger office, it just made me think bigger about, wow, I want to fill this room now, right? So anyway, then we outgrew that entire building, and we found some offices that were completely independent offices where we could just hire the entire building. We had a couple thousand square feet, and the team's growing, 5-10 people at this point. And it's just been awesome. And we've got to a point right now where we've moved again. And I mean, if you could see the building we're in right now, it's absolutely incredible. It's 3,000 square feet, massive high ceilings, nice natural light coming in everywhere. We've got this beautiful studio. And we've got to a point right now where we're doing $500,000 a month, you know, like we're doing 5 to 6 million a year with the same company that's just been growing and growing. And now it's not affiliate products. We have our own courses, we have our own coaching programs, and it's been really, really cool. And I'm on the next phase of growth, literally right now as we speak. I'm looking at a building that we can acquire, that we can own ourselves, so that we can actually have a place that we can call our own, we can do what we want with the place completely, and I'm very, very excited for that. There's a couple of options on the table, and we're looking to close on one of those properties pretty soon. So anyway, that's just a quick little whistle-stop tour of my journey. I hope that inspires you in some way. I know we get comments often on the channel here and on our email list from people asking about my journey and where did we come from. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an insight. If you've enjoyed this video and it's inspired you, do me a favor, drop a comment below. Let me know where you're at on your journey and what that next big thing is that you're pushing to. Don't forget to give me a like on this video. It really helps the channel. And if you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in a future video.